Hey, now you might have saw the Wayne, or might have you did see the picture ahead of time from when me and Regina visited each other in person. And since then, I've pretty much gone on to announce that me and her are together. And by the way, we're still together. By the way, so ain't that kind of video. But I got thinking, why did I get with her in the first place? I mean, we have known each other. I think around the first time we spoke to each other was around the time. I don't know why this movie pops up in my brain, but I think I was watching it at the time me and her first ever spoke to each other over the phone. I was watching The Wolverine with Hugh Jackman. That's the one where he um, went to Japan and everything. And this was the first time we seen him where he might not have his healing factor. But anyway, I can always make another video talking about that film. And I remember I was talking to her. I think we ended up talking. I said 9 hours, but she recounts it as more like closer to 10. But whichever, I've never had a conversation that long with anybody, including my own mother. I've never had no conversation that long with anybody before. I mean, unless that was not business. I'll put it that way. And it started then, and we were in different places. I was more into the pro-black mindset. I think I said this in another video. I was more into the pro-black mindset back then than I am now. But even then, she was still willing to talk to me and be friends with me. Over time, I backed off of that a lot because I feel that even though there are some good points, I also feel there's a lot of toxicity, shall we say, in that mindset. And I think it does, especially in the modern era, it does more harm than good. That's just my personal opinion on that. So when we finally decided to make things work or to see if this can go anywhere, I told her, I said, look, if you were actually, I'm saying this for the first time, to be honest, but I basically told her at the time was, you could have been a white woman and I still would have talked to you. I mean, for us, I think there's very little. I mean, we do argue some, mostly playfully about stuff. We do argue some. I mean, I don't think we've ever had a real nasty argument or anything. And we're always supportive of each other. And I think that's the thing that will always stay. And I think the best thing is we began as friends before we tried this. And I always said, only half jokingly, I said, if I can't make it work with this one, I might as well stay single. Because I think I only had one other person that, and unfortunately she's deceased, that I really clicked like this ever. And she was also just happened to be black. But what's funny is both her and Regina had this in common, in that I would have talked to her no matter what race she was, because we just clicked like that. And that gets me to thinking about the topic. Still see a lot of videos on YouTube about, the black man being with white women, about this toxic mindset of black man think the white woman's better. Now, here's the reality that I've seen. Have I ran into brothers that have talked that talk? Yeah. And I usually don't have much to do with them because chances are they probably hate themselves to begin with. But the majority of black dudes that I've ever seen, I can only speak for the black man. I can't speak on black women. Their experiences with dating is probably a different perspective. Maybe one day I'll meet Regina in person again, because that's what we want, to see each other again in person, only on a more regular basis. But Maybe I get her perspective on it. But the majority of black men that are in interracial relationships that I personally know, they kind of got in them because they just clicked with this woman who just happened to be white or happened to be Japanese or happened to be Hispanic. The majority of them did not go out, and the majority of them actually wanted to be with a black woman, have a black family. It just didn't work out that way. I mean, life sometimes happens. It isn't always that they're traitors or that they're so-called coons. Not always. Sometimes just life just works like that. I'm the same way about this whole pro-life, pro-choice mess. I'm pro-life for me, okay? But do I think this ruling is right? No, not really, because I'm like, no. That, for me, that would be the move. But I can't tell everybody else how to be. Same thing here. I don't think it's right to tell anybody from our people who to date because we don't know their circumstances. Now, are some of them sellouts? Yeah. But a lot of them didn't intend on being with a white woman or whatever nationality of woman they're with or they married and had children with. It just worked out that way. So I'm just saying, until you know their situation or until they blurt something out of their mouth negative, don't judge, man. You don't know their situation. And don't try to start something with them, hoping to get them to blurt out something that you could use for your argument points. I mean, to me, that's petty. That's very petty. And like I said, and I'll say this right now, Regina, the Nature Girl 30, I would have talked to her if she had, I'll just say, the white fro, stately red hair, bone white skin, but had the same personality and everything. Must admit, I do like the thickness, but same personality and everything. I would have talked to her if she looked like that. And by the way, she does have Asian in her family, so there's that. But anyway, I just want to just make this video just because. I hope you guys have a pleasant day. And honestly, it takes less energy. And this is something that my stepfather once told me. Irvin, it takes less energy to love than it does to hate someone. Old man's got a point, and God willing, the creek don't rise. He'll be 80 at the end of this year. Doesn't look it, doesn't act it. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I'm out.